And off the top here at 5 o'clock, Euclid police posting this warning on Facebook, telling people not to drive alone at night after a recent rash of carjackings has some residents on edge.
Now, of the 7 total carjackings in the city this year, all but one of them have happened in the month of May. This map shows the locations of where the latest 5 carjackings took place. Euclid's police chief saying there are a few things you can do to be less vulnerable.
News 5's Jordan Vandenberg explains.
By their very nature, they happen when you least expect them. When your guard is down, carjackings violate your sense of safety. And Lehman Gibson,
they want what they want,
is tired of seeing them so close to his mother's neighborhood.
But where these babies are at, we don't need this. Where these elders are at, we do not need it.
What we're seeing is it seems to be groups of juveniles or young adults who work together, and then they'll kind of focus on an area and then move to another area.
Euclid Police Chief Scott Meyer says armed carjackers have struck the same neighborhood on the city's eastern edge, with 3 cars taken in just the past week, bringing this month's total to 6. It's part of a disturbing trend, Chief Meyer says, with the 23 carjackings in 2021 marking a 77% increase over the 13 carjackings reported in 2020.
My concern is, with the warmer weather in the summer, particularly with the juveniles out of school, that there's just more opportunity and more time for these type of crimes, which can turn, deadly.
Fortunately, they haven't yet. According to Euclid police data, many of these carjackings share common characteristics. In fact, more than 80% of the victims just prior to being carjacked were either sitting in their car or the victims had just left their car.
We'll get into our cars and you start to kind of organize your things, or you check your phone, but that's, I think, when you're most vulnerable. I think really you need to get to your car with purpose, and you need to be very aware of your surroundings.
Making matters more precarious, Chief Meyer says the recent carjackings have occurred at night and while the victim was alone.
I think people should be conscious of certain behaviors that put you more at risk or less at risk, and I think that, that's what we're trying to do, is educate the public on those things too.
That everybody's not so bad, but when it comes to the point where you take a car or hurt a woman or either kill a child unnecessarily and drive-by shooting is unnecessary.
By their very nature, carjackings are traumatic, but a few minor changes, Chief Meyer says, can make you less vulnerable to one.
I would get in that car and then, get moving from the area that you intend to leave.
In Euclid, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.